Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're here right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And again, if you're watching for the first time, or if you've watched before and you're enjoying the content, but you don't subscribe to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get into it. This is again Shooting Up North. I am your host, Lewis Carlin. So, new signing: Impact Wrestling. Dirty Dango officially signs with Impact Wrestling as per PW Insider. So, Dirty Dango made his debut at Bound for Glory 2022. He wrestled and he also wrestled Steve Macklin recently on the January 19th episode of Impact Wrestling, and was part of the last TV tapings as well. So Dirty Dango officially signing with Impact Wrestling. Dirty Dango, formerly Fandango in the WWE, former WWE star, now with Impact Wrestling. And I'm gonna be honest, never really a huge fan of Fandango. I've watched him here and there, never really a major fan. I know wrestlers like to come to Impact Wrestling to try to reinvent themselves, try to prove other promotions wrong, such as the WWE wrong. We've seen EC3 do that. We've seen Steve Macklin do that recently, and who knows? Maybe Dirty Dango is the next person to come to Impact Wrestling and really try to reinvent himself and prove that the WWE made a mistake. I don't know if the WWE released him or if his contract just expired and they didn't re-sign him. I'm not sure what happened in the WWE. I'm not going to look it up now. But regardless, he's now officially signed with Impact Wrestling. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed, but I know at the last taping, I believe he teamed with Giselle Shaw at the last TV tapings in Florida, January 20th, 2020, and 21st. Believe he teamed with Giselle Shaw, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure what plans they have for Dirty Dango. I just hope they don't just turn him into a comedy wrestler where he feuds with Zicky Dice and Johnny Swinger. Let's see what they do. I'm sure he's excited. I think it was a month or two ago, or maybe 3 months ago, he indicated that he's going to sign with a major promotion very soon. And now he's signed with Impact Wrestling. And again, terms of the deal is not disclosed, but Dirty Dango now an official part of Impact Wrestling. So let's see what Dirty Dango can bring to the Impact Wrestling roster and Impact Wrestling in general. So I'll be watching. I'm kind of excited whenever Impact Wrestling signs somebody new. I kind of get excited. Um, Again, a former WWE star wants to come in and prove that he's still got it. When I say he still got it, like I said, I was never a major fan, but well, let's see what he could do. Let's see what he could do. That's in the Impact Wrestling. All right, so let's move on. Tasha Steelz. Tasha Steelz. Here's an update on Tasha Steelz. I know she was trolling people on Twitter by indicating she said what's next for her, and she capitalized NXT in the word next. So instantly everyone is just like, oh wow, she's going to NXT. People are congratulating her. I talked about it on the last podcast. People congratulating her, and all right, you're going to NXT. I hope you don't lose your hope you keep your current persona. You don't change your name. And she's not going to NXT. We all know that she's not going to NXT. But she's requested some time off, actually. So, as per PW Insider, again, she's requested some time off from Impact Wrestling. She did not work the last set of tapings, and there is reportedly no timetable for her return. So, one, I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay. I hope Tasha Steelz. I hope it's just a matter of her being burnt out. She needs a little time off just to refresh herself, and then she could come back to Impact Wrestling because she just recently signed a new contract extension. Not sure how long the contract extension is for. The original contract was supposed to expire in April of 2023, but she signed a contract extension. So you could look at it. You could look at it as hopefully she just burnt out and she needs to recharge and take some time off just to re-energize and then come back to Impact Wrestling. But you could also look at it as maybe she's requested some time off because maybe she's second guessing her decision to re-sign with Impact Wrestling. That's a possibility as well. Hopefully it's not. Um, I'm not sure what the issue is. It doesn't specify. There's no timetable for her return. So we'll see. Maybe she's got an undisclosed injury that maybe she's not making public. I don't know, but nonetheless, Tasha Steelz has requested time off from the promotion, and I look forward to seeing Tasha Steelz back in Impact Wrestling very, very soon. Maybe she just wants to reinvent herself. I don't know, but nonetheless, I hope all is okay with Tasha Steelz. I don't think she's leaving Impact Wrestling, and I hope for whatever reason she decided to take some time off for. I hope I hope nothing serious, and I hope she's back very, very soon because she's integral part of the Impact Wrestling Knockouts roster. Okay, I'm just looking at. Oh, it says Tasha Steelz on the January 26th episode of Impact. She actually said things weren't working in reference to her current partnership with Savannah Evans. Then she teased the next chapter on social media, as I mentioned. Okay, she announced she had re-signed with Impact in November of 2022. So she's it says Fightful will provide more information on Tasha's status when it's known. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't want to speculate what the issue might be. We don't want to falsely assume anything that's going on. So Tasha Steelz, whatever it is, I hope you work it out and you're back very, very soon in Impact Wrestling where you belong. Also, PW Insider indicating that several New Japan Pro Wrestling talents are tentatively slated to work the Las Vegas No Surrender pay-per-view next month, which also means they'll also be likely part of the post pay-per-view tapings as well. That's very exciting news. It doesn't indicate who the New Japan Pro Wrestling talents are that are expected to work at the Las Vegas No Surrender pay-per-view. I'm thinking Kushida. I'm thinking Kevin Knight, of course. Love to see I'd love to see Tomohiro Ishii come back. I think that if Hiromu Takahashi could come in and challenge Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Definitely, without a doubt, Kushida, Kevin Knight will be a part of it. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm very curious to know who else. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that. If I find anything else out, I will let you know. But several New Japan Pro Wrestling talents are expected to work the Las Vegas No Surrender pay-per-view next month, and also expected to be part of the post pay-per-view tapings as well. So that's exciting news, and hopefully they'll come to Windsor, Ontario, and we'll see them at Sacrifice because I'll be there. I'll be there. All right, so Impact Wrestling's planning to produce actually, before I go into that, speaking of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kota Ibushi is now currently a free agent. Former New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar Kota Ibushi. He became a free agent at midnight. Last night. So now he's free to work anywhere he wants. This is Fightful Select. He said those that we've spoken to said that there's major interest from a number of companies, with that varying from wanting to sign up full-time deals and even getting one-off appearances. Some contacts in each major company are of the belief that Ibushi would want to remain a freelancer. Sources close to him say that he was very happy doing that before signing with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan was a live and learn situation. Ibushi has not confirmed that himself. That's just people close to Kota Ibushi. Now, Kota Ibushi is actually confirmed for several GCW shows during WrestleMania week, which have been in the works since earlier this month. He's going to be part of GCW Spring Break with Joey Janela and one other show as well. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. If he doesn't want to sign with the company, he wants to be a freelancer. Impact Wrestling should jump on that immediately. He was injured. He says he had injured his shoulder a year, but I think it was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, possibly. It was a severe injury on his shoulder in a match with Kazuchika Okada during the G1 finals. Not the last one, but the one previous to that. And he had a falling out basically with New Japan Pro Wrestling. But it seems people close to him say that he would want to remain a freelancer. Companies have talked to him about getting one-off appearances. If Impact Wrestling could get a 1 or 2 off appearance from Kota Ibushi, that would be huge. That would be huge. And it indicated that several New Japan Pro Wrestling stars are going to be part of No Surrender. Granted, he's not a New Japan Pro Wrestling star anymore, but that PW Insider update could have been written or could have been determined prior to Kota Ibushi becoming a free agent. You know what I mean? And maybe Kota Ibushi will make an appearance at No Surrender. Maybe we'll see Kota Ibushi challenge Josh Alexander for the Impact Wrestling World title. That match would be absolutely out of this world. So, I don't expect Kota Ibushi to sign any long-term deal with Impact Wrestling. I know Cyber Fight is extremely interested. They're ready to open the vault for Kota Ibushi. Cyber Fight owns Pro Wrestling Noah and DDD Pro and Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. From what I understand, they're ready just back up the money trucks, back up the money trucks to Kota Ibushi's house and just dump a whole bunch of money in front of them. They really want Kota Ibushi from what I was reading. And of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling would like to get him back. And there's some talk that AEW possibly would want to sign Kota Ibushi, and then we'll get he'll reunite with Kenny Omega. But I don't know. I don't know if AEW will be the right fit for him. I'd love to see him, remain a freelancer and just appear everywhere, just appear for various promotions. But again, I'd love to see him in Impact Wrestling, and hopefully we will see him in Impact Wrestling very soon. I mean, if he's going to show up and appear at GCW Game Changer Wrestling, for goodness sake, he could appear at Impact Wrestling without a doubt. So hopefully we'll see Kota Ibushi. He said his shoulder's about 95%. It's almost fully healed. Obviously going to be fully healed by the end of March because that's when he's going to be appearing for GCW. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see Kota Ibushi make an appearance in Impact Wrestling after he appears at GCW. Last but not least, Impact Wrestling is planning to produce international shows. Impact Wrestling's head of talent relations, Gail Kim, was recently in conversation with Women's Wrestling Talk, where she shared that the company plans to expand globally in the near future. The shows featuring multiple promotions, international tours, all women's shows, and more. She's talking about possibly going back to the UK or hopefully going back to the UK. She says all women pay-per-views and hopefully some international tours because we've got some incredible UK fans over there. We never get to see them anymore. We'd love to see them. So I'm thinking expect a UK tour from Impact Wrestling in 2023. That's good news. Let them expand internationally. Love to see them go to Japan. And do a show, like send a group of talent to New Japan Pro Wrestling or even to Pro Wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah is really blowing up right now, and do like it. I think when Kurt Angle was the top star in TNA, I believe they did something called Global TNA, I believe, where they sent a group of TNA talents to Japan, and it was basically TNA versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. And they ran a show on that. They should do something like that now, Impact Wrestling. Just send a group of talent over to Japan, and we could do like an Impact Wrestling versus New Japan Pro Wrestling series of shows in Japan, or New Japan, or Impact Wrestling versus Pro Wrestling. No, most likely it will be New Japan Pro Wrestling because they got the relationship. So it's something I would love to see them do as well. I think that would be terrific. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that for now. That's all I got today. So if anything else breaks, of course, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye.